Hey there, it's me, Julie, fei-fan, Balzer, and today I've got the cutest project for you, these flippin' photo cubes. So I saw this idea on Instagram from an account called 5min Crafts, and I tried it based on their little 30-second video, and I failed like 4 times. And I had to rewatch the video and rewatch the video, but the instructions were just so fast and they sort of weren't complete. So I decided to make this video to help you out so you can avoid all the mistakes that I made so you can make this happen. Because look, what a fun gift this is to give to somebody, the way that the photos just keep unfolding and unfolding on themselves. So you're going to start with cubes. These are 1-inch wooden cubes, and I am using washi tape here. Now, that's really so that you can see it. Normally, I would use just regular like Scotch tape, and what I'm doing is creating a hinge. So that's really important. You want the cubes to hinge, and that tape has to be solid and secure in order to create that hinge. So you can see how you have to open the block to create it. So I have 8 blocks here, which means I'm going to have 4 sets of hinges. And so once they're done, they look like that. Now you want to set them up into a rectangle. And you can see that I'm tilting the center too so that the tape is on the outside. The tape is on the outside. Once that's done, you're going to flip the whole thing over, and it's not attached. So if it comes apart, just make sure that you reset everything so that it's properly set up. Then you want to create more hinges. These are, of course, the beginning hinges. So we're just going to put down 4 pieces of tape to sort of keep this rectangle together. Then you want to open it up and try to find where's the other side of the hinges. And that's right, when you come to the falling apart place, that's where the other hinges go. Now, once that's done, you're going to have this amazing set of cubes that fold and unfold and do all kinds of cool stuff. No problem whatsoever. I just think it's really neat. I want to go over the 3 types of cuts. So you can see here, the first cut's really simple. You're just going to cut straight across. The second type of cut, you're going to be cutting in a plus sign or a cross. It's 2 perpendicular lines. You can see that I've indicated in the purple on the right. The third kind of cut I keep calling an H cut. It's not actually an H, but it's kind of like a double H, like a complicated H. But you can see what it looks like, which is it's a line across, and then it's 3 lines up and down, 3 vertical lines, okay? You never, ever want to cut through the tape. That's really important. We're always cutting where there's no tape because the tape is the hinges. That's what's keeping everything together. Now, you want to apply adhesive. I'm using a Xyron machine, which just applies like, almost makes everything into a sticker. So I'm just applying adhesive to the back of my paper. Now, you could use photos, which I used in the first example. Here, I'm actually using a piece of paper that I stamped. It's 2x2 squares and 2x4 rectangles. So once all of those have adhesive on them, then you are ready to rock and roll. So you're going to apply your first piece of paper that has adhesive on it. Now you want to be a little bit careful to make sure that you get it placed on there nicely because somebody's going to handle this, so you don't want a lot of paper like hanging off the edges. Then you're going to take your craft knife and you're going to go ahead and get it into the groove of those blocks, and it's worth getting into the groove to just separate again. Now, don't ever cut the tape. Don't ever cut the tape. I say that because guess what I did, you guys? I cut the tape more than once. So this is the cross cut that you can see right there, okay? So again, it's always good to think of what kind of cut are you doing before you do it, because obviously once you put the paper on, you can't see the tape. So it's okay to cut from both sides and meet in the middle. I like to turn the block so I can see where the groove is and get the knife really wedged in there, and that opens on up. So you can guess that what we're looking for now is that third type of cut, and that was that H cut, right? We're going to go across and then the 3 verticals. Don't cut through the tape. 2, 3, and across. Okay, so that is what we're going to go ahead and do. Trust me, I made every mistake that anybody could make. Now, sometimes once you've gotten some paper on, it's a little bit hard to see where that cut is. It's worth taking the time, though, because you don't want to have a bunch of slashes in your photos or your paper or whatever it is that you're using here. So take the time to really get it. Also, sometimes one of the things that I'll do is I'll actually put the blocks into a different position. So I actually just will like open them up like I have here so that I can really see where that groove is, and then just go ahead and get it. Now, I'm using stamp designs. You could use sayings, you could use drawings, you could use photos, you could use anything that you wanted. The only thing is I did try to use photos printed on photo paper. It did not work. It was, in fact, a terrible disaster, okay? Because the photo paper is just too thick and heavy. So whatever you do, I think it really needs to be on copy weight paper. That's really the most important thing, is copy weight paper. And then remembering people are going to handle it, so nothing that's like inky and it's going to come off on people's fingers. But otherwise, I think you're pretty good to go. So you can see it's just repeating the same thing over and over again. I'm just cutting all those 3 different types of cuts until you have the whole thing hinged and ready to go. But there's going to be 2 sort of uncovered squares that keep coming up, and you keep flipping until you find them as a 4 square. Now, the thing about this 4 square is what you'll notice is there's no tape. There's absolutely no tape. So that means actually that we're not going to do the same cut we did on the other squares that was straight across. Instead, we're going to do the cut. So yeah, we're not doing that straight across cut. We're going to do that cross cut. So there's no tape. We're cutting in 4 sides. So again, never cut through tape. Always cut through where there isn't tape. So that's really important to making the whole hinge thing work. So there's 2 of those. So you'll just finish that up. Easy enough. You'll be cutting experts by the end. And now you can see you have this amazing and cool thing that you can give as a gift. You can keep on your desk. You can play with it. You can arrange it lots of different ways. One of the nice things about doing it with the patterns is that it doesn't matter which way anything ends up when it sits out. It's just a really pretty little thing. Now, I can totally see giving this to somebody for a birthday, for a wedding, an anniversary. There are lots of holidays that this would be super fun for. Obviously, Valentine's Day, Christmas, though. You could do this after a family trip and include all those kinds of photos and stuff. It's really fun. Anyway, I hope you'll come and visit me over at balzerdesigns.typepad.com. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, I hope that you make one of these awesome, is it a toy? Well, a gift.